What is up, YouTube? Bobbles and Ballcards back with another video. It's Friday night. We got through the week. Hope everybody is doing good out there. Hope everybody had a good week. Everybody's healthy. I told you guys a little bit last night about a mistake I made with shipping Liiiivvvveeee's cards from the auction. And I want to tell you guys, I am still amazed that there was a great person that received them. I couldn't have messed up on the address any better, because I am proud to say the person brought Liiiivvvveeee his cards today. So he was able to get them. I thanked the person tremendously and asked if there was anything I could send them just as an appreciation. But anyway, it's confirmation there's still good people out there. What's up, CVC and Rick? Hope you guys are doing good. Martin, what's up, man? The group submission, everybody has sent their cards. Everybody has paid. We will be doing a reveal this week, or a preview this weekend, and we're going to ship them out Monday. Really excited for you guys. So, with that, tonight's topic is something I have avoided, something that I'll probably get a lot of shit for, excuse my language, but it's something that's been asked about a lot as far as my opinion. And I feel it's only right, if I'm going to be honest with you guys about everything, then I need to be honest about this. And I want to say this is my opinion only. And we're all allowed to have opinions. So, some people may agree, some people may disagree, and that's perfectly fine. But the topic I want to talk about tonight is consignors. Specifically, since we talk a lot about SGC and grade with SGC, I want to discuss InvestiCard and just some things that I've found, things I've heard, things I've thought about, things that people have told me, and just my opinion overall on the topic. First things first, it's not something that I would ever use. I'll just say that. Specifically because if I'm gonna put the time in of finding product, buying product raw on eBay or from a card show, or opening packs, or making trades, or whatever the case may be, if I'm going to put forth the effort of doing all of that, then why wouldn't I put forth the effort to get the maximum value out of my cards? That's why I send them off to get graded. That's why I take the time to sit down and inspect them. And that's why I take the time to either do an auction on YouTube, or list them on eBay, or I've sold some things on Reddit. You know, I've sold to you guys. Whatever the case may be. You know, there's several selling platforms out there. But if I'm going to take the time and spend the money on obtaining the cards, then why wouldn't I want to get the maximum out on cards that I choose to sell? Why wouldn't I want to get the money out of it? Why would I rather put forth all of that effort to have somebody else submit? Group submissions is a completely different ballgame, because that you're getting discounted rates because it's on a group thing, but you're still getting your cards. And why am I going to have somebody grade them for me and then sell them for me, and then want 50% of the sale? That doesn't make much sense to me. And I've heard from different people that different people get different cuts. I guess there's ways to work deals out with them, or maybe their buddies are involved. I don't know what the specific cases are, but I've heard several different people tell me different cuts that they're getting. That alone concerns me, because I don't know if I send a LeBron James Prism in and say I get 50-50 on the cut, and I'll use LJ since he's in here. Say LJ sends a LeBron James Prism in, but he gets 70-30 cut. My card gets a 9.5, his gets a 10. Well, who's to say LJ's not told that he got the 9.5 because he would make more off the sale, and I'm told I get a 10 because I get less off the sale? I don't know how they determine or show whose cards are whose. Anytime there's a consignor involved, especially in auction platforms, there is a concern of shill bidding, which I totally disagree with. So there's a lot of different reasons why I don't like consignor platforms as far as on eBay and with auctions. I also don't think that one person should get 50-50 and another person should get 70-30. That's I guess it's their company, and if they feel that one person they can give more money to than the next, then that's their prerogative. But I'll use these two cards right here as an example. Specifically the hollow. Okay, let's say I spent $10 to get that card graded, and I put it on eBay and I sell it, and we'll just throw a number out there. Say I sell it for $200. So you'll take the $10 out for my grading fee, so I would have $190 as a return. And then take $26 off, so $36 total on a $200 sale. I would get $164 back. Or I could send it to somebody and let them pay, probably a really cheaper rate to have it graded. They probably have some sort of deal with eBay to have their fees reduced, so they're not paying 13%. And instead of $160 some, I would get $100. Now, one might think, well, $100 is pretty good. Until you look the card up, and I can pull it up here for you guys, just so you can see what I'm talking about. Those that may not be familiar. So I'll put this screen up over here. I meant to do hollow. So I'd get $100 back, but this card raw sells for $102.50. Or here's one that sold for $125. Here's one that sold for $105. You know, $110. So why in the hell would I want $100 and waste the time waiting on my money if I could just throw it on eBay for 110, 120 bucks raw and get the same price? I mean, that's kind of the thing I don't understand. You know, if they're doing a 50-50 cut on some of these cards, the people could have just sold them raw. And God forbid if they send them down there and they get a 9.5 or a 9. I mean, you're going to get less. So you could have just sold it raw and cut out all the time. So that's one thing that I just don't understand it. I have been noticing that there's been a lot of like lower end items being sold by them. And what I mean by, if you go over here and look through their feedback, I mean, you see these prices they're getting, $20, $8.50. I mean, that's a Prism. That's a Prism RJ Barrett in a 9, and it brought $8.50. That's like, I don't even know how anybody made any money on that, because once you pay the grading fee, once you pay the eBay PayPal fees, you know, it's less than $8.50. You know, here's another one, $8.50, $6.50. I mean, how's anybody making any money on $6.50? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Step back. People keep asking, so I went ahead and said I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna talk about it. Here's an $8.50, a $6. Now, mind you, these people sending them the cards, they're spending their money ripping packs, buying boxes, finding blasters, buying singles. So, you know, say somebody bought that card raw, that LeBron Hollow. Say they bought it raw for $100, and then Investacard sold it for them. They didn't make any money. It just, I don't get it. But I mean, look at this, $5.50, and that's for a 2018 Prism purple in a 9.5. Look at here, $1. How is there any money made on $1? Yeah, I've also heard of people who have been banned from buying from them. I don't get that either. But I'm gonna scroll through here. Okay? Look at these prices. You know, here was some best offers, but still under $100. You know, that's page 1. Here was a Jordan 86 star. You know, that's damn near a Jordan rookie, really, for $200. But this seems to be all really low end stuff. You know, $10, $12, $15. You know, I'm going to tell you guys why this is also a problem. Now, I apologize to all of you if I've seemed snarky about the return times. I understand how frustrating it is waiting on cards, but I don't have answers. One thing I can tell you, I don't know how many cards that they're sending over there and just dumping and then listing and selling for 10 to 12 bucks, but I'm pretty sure it's a big cause of a backlog. And I don't understand. I mean, these are Kobe White, for $10 to $12. It's not making any sense to me how people are really making money. I mean, you can sell this stuff raw. Look, a Don Russ, and yeah, it was a 9, but you figure the split, you're at $18. Throw it on eBay for 20 bucks. I'm sure it's going to sell. So, this is why I don't understand it. And unfortunately, it's affecting all of us because I'll be honest, sometimes it makes it tough to sell cards. When people look at their prices, and you don't know how many times I've heard somebody say, I got a great deal from buying from Instacart. That's awesome if you're a buyer or a collector. It's great for a collector. But if you are one that sells and collects, it's making it really difficult to sell. Because, if I list something for what it should sell for, but they sold one way cheaper because it ended at 4 or 5 in the morning, then my buyer is going to want to try to talk me down. And is that fair to me? No. It's not fair to me. But the thing is, they don't care what it sells for. Because they're getting, probably 50% anyway. So as long as they're above the fees, which I don't know how in the hell they're selling cards for $2, $1, and making anything, because I know my grading fees are nowhere close to that low. I mean, here's a $5.50, $5.50, $8.50, $10. But if y'all go through here and just look at this stuff, it's not high-end things. It's not high-end things at all. People are just sending stuff they don't want to screw with. And if they're going to do that, they might as well just throw it on eBay or whatever raw. Because really, it's wasting SGC's time grading it. It really is. It's wasting time to grade this stuff. Look at this. Here's a 74 Hank Aaron. It sold for $8.50. $8 for a Hank Aaron. So, again, this is my opinion, guys. Just my opinion. I know there's some of you. There's some people that posted on the group that said they want to try them out. I know Ziggy. Ziggy's an awesome dude. I'm not knocking him for trying them out. They always say don't knock it till you try it. My personal opinion, I don't understand how it makes any sense, but that's my opinion. And I even talked to Ziggy today, and I asked him the question, how do you know which cards are yours? And he said, I don't know. I need to ask him about that. I will say, I don't know if it's something from what I've said or something somebody else has said, but I did find it funny. They have a website. They have a website now. This domain was created over a year ago. And we can go through and see. So they'll ask you, do you want to learn more? Do you want to learn more about them? Well, yes, I would love to know more about your company. You know, because that's one question I've had. I don't understand your company. So let's click yes. So I want to learn more, but in order to learn more, I have to tell them more about me. How about you tell me about your company? You're going to put time to do a website. Tell me about your company. Instead, it wants my name. Am I an investor or a collector? Do I operate as an individual or a business owner? What I want to, my focus is on, where I sell my inventory, and then a way to reach me. So all this is a, hey, send me an email. Send me an email or call me. Guess what? InvestaCard, if you're watching this, go to Facebook or go hit me up on Instagram. I would love to talk to you. But I ain't filling out this form because I would love to know more about your company, because it's pretty hidden behind closed doors. I shouldn't have to ask you for information about your company. You know, when I go to SGC to grade my cards, I know how much it costs me. When I go to Walmart or Target or whatever, there's prices on the shelves. You know, there's nothing about their process. There's really nothing. Yeah, I watched this step back, and again, they didn't talk about their company. That's the whole reason I sat there and watched it. I wanted to know about their company. I wanted to hear an explanation of how selling my cards for 50% split makes any sense to me. You should give me more than 50%. I mean, do you know how much boxes cost nowadays? If you can even find them, that's worth more than 50%. I can grade cards all, you know, I can send cards in. I can send cards in. I can list on eBay. I can do all of that myself. You know, obtaining the cards is half the battle now. But it's just, I really don't get it. I don't get it. And guys, I'm going to be straight honest with you. I'm going to be straight honest with you. I think it is a large problem of the delay right now. Yes, SGC's gotten a lot more orders coming in, which is great. But I think a lot of the problem, you know, he even did a video on Instagram a few days ago that said they're behind. Well, of course you're behind, because you should be a customer just like the rest of us. And I don't know how much they pay for grading fees, but if they're selling cards for $2, that's a L. That's a loss. Hell, if you're selling it for $12, that's pretty much a loss. Why do you think I was so upset? You know, and I wasn't upset, but disappointed that I got so many 9s and 9.5s. That's a loss. You know, I don't know, guys. It's all behind closed doors. You have to request to be a partner It's also really weird, that they sell their own cards, which, so be it. But how do I know that they're not submitting the same thing I am, and I'm getting 10s and they're getting 9s, and they're like, oh, well, this is mine and that's his, It's just, that's why I told you guys when we did the group submission, we're making a list, and there was only, to be honest with you, I don't want to spoil anything, but there was only two cards out of all 131 cards that were sent to us for this group submission, 2 cards that are the same. And those 2 cards will be split so we can determine whose is whose. And I told you guys I was going to do that. I was really impressed it was only 2 cards. It makes things much easier. But, how do they know whose is whose? He does, Killer Mike. They're down near Boca Raton. But, you guys have asked me many times what I thought about it. So I'm just letting you know. This is my opinion. I'm just saying. And people aren't going to like my opinion, and that's fine. If you guys want to try them out, be my guest. I'm not telling you not to. I'm telling you that, to me personally, it makes 0 sense to run a company and not give any information. I don't know about all that, Justin. I don't know about all that. I don't know how he's getting his fees. Maybe he does have cheaper fees, but because selling a card at $12, that's a loss all day. Trying to see here, like $10, that's a loss. $8.50, and some of these cards aren't even worth selling in a 10. I mean, it blows my mind. $4.25, $1. There's a $1 card. Another $1 card. Oh, and apparently they can tell you what you can and can't send. Because if you want to send football, I guess you have to send a quarterback unless it is a silver or a parallel. So that doesn't make much sense either. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to let you know my opinion on it. I'll go back to these. Like I said, if I was to sell that optic, my house, I could sell it for more raw. Patrick, you can't guarantee that. I'll show you why. I'll show you guys here. Let me go back over here. View items for sale. Okay, so on the topic of shilling, do y'all see this? This NU, this BC, then this one doesn't have anything. BC, NU, JL, BC, BC. Okay, what those are initials. These are initials. Look at this right here. A Boba for $46. Okay? Keep that in mind. 46 bucks, right? Why is anybody going to pay $46? Where's it at? I have one right here for 45. Buy it now. So why is anybody going to pay 46 on auction? But if you look, there's some initials right here. So on the topic of shill bidding, these initials bother me. I mean, you see NUBC JL NUBC like that. That Vlad, that's not a $36 card. Sorry, it's not. I think there's been talks about their auctions going low because this is new. These initials on the listings are new. I've followed these guys' auctions for a while now, and they just started putting these initials on there. But this card, that's not a $36 card. The Bichette isn't a $46 Bichette. Inu, it's like 3 people. Look, this is the update. This isn't even the true rookie card in 20 bucks. Oh, here we have a SB, but that's in a PSA case. So yeah, guys, I mean, take it for what it's worth, but the saying always is, if it smells like a rat, looks like a rat, then you usually know what it is. I mean, look, here's another one. Alonzo, 51 bucks, BC. It's initials, Patrick. That's what it is. It's initials. But who is to say, knowing what cards are yours, that they're not going on there? I'm pretty sure that Vlad isn't. It's a chrome. Let's see. I could be wrong. Maybe it went up, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Right there, $22. 22 bucks. $21. In a pristine, it's only 100. 25. You tell me. The last time one sold for $35 was on May 12th, over a month ago. No, that's the Chrome, Justin. And I know it's not, I knew it wasn't a $36 card, but I was going to check just to confirm. Trust me, guys, I look at prices all the time. And that's how I know these are new. Because if you go back, like I showed you in the history, the feedback, none of their listings had this stuff. This is new. So, I don't know what's going on, but Something just doesn't seem right. But if it is shills, I feel sorry for people buying. If it's not, then hey, hopefully the prices keep going up. But doesn't make sense. There's a Wander 9 if y'all want it for $1. That's pretty cheap. You can get you a nice Keston for $1. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me, guys. Patrick, some of them are definitely higher. I mean, like that Bichette. Why is anybody bidding it up above $45 when I have one sitting right there at $45? That's actually, mine's promoted too, so it would be right at the top. Like if you search it, it's going to be right there. Mine's promoted. So it doesn't make any sense to me. But I don't know. Let's go here. How about this? Let's look at their store. Price plus shipping highest. All right, so we can get a Jordan. There's a LeBron. There's a Zion. A couple Zions. Holy hell, $500 on a Upper Deck Tiger? Jeez. So it looks like some of this stuff they're setting as buy it now, which is interesting. All their higher end stuff they're setting buy it now. That's probably a pretty good buy. But anyway, so that's my opinion, guys. My opinion is I won't ever use them. But I also... It could be guns, I don't know. Part of the reason why too is I enjoy opening the cards. I enjoy inspecting the cards. I enjoy grading the cards. I enjoy selling the cards for what I want to sell them for. Justin, I'll be honest with you. I think it should be a tiered split, to be honest. If a card is under a certain amount, I can completely understand 50-50. But when you get up to like I said, this... I mean, if that's sold for 200, which honestly I don't even know what this would sell for, guys. I know one says it sold for 600, but I don't know. I'll look it up real quick. See here, this one said 171, which that didn't make any sense to me because the card's over $100 raw. And I guess the other one isn't on here anymore. There was one that said it sold for 600. But let's look what the PSA sells for. That'll give us a good idea. See, a PSA sold for $479. So that's the damn truth, step back. But I don't know. I have cards right now. Mr. Jordan, I'm talking about consignors, specifically Investacard, because so many people have asked me about it. I have cards right now that if they sell, they sell for the price I have them listed at. If they don't, I'm happy to keep them because I actually like I'm not on the level of Eliteco where he has his cardboard future things and his really high-end stuff. I'm not on that level because that dude's got some awesome stuff. But it's kind of the same situation as him. You know, he lists some of his stuff high, and if people buy it, then fine, they can have it. If not, he's more than happy keeping it in his collection. I like that option. You know, I don't want somebody to throw my cards up, let it just go for whatever the hell they want, and then give me 50%. No. You know, I bought those cards. I want full price. And that's why it's, you know, that's why I say it's my opinion. Imagine this, guys. And no, I'm not going to do this. But imagine if I sent them those 23 boxes that we bought from the card show and said, here, grade them. List them for me. Sell them. I'll take 50%. Now, I'd probably get a pretty good profit because of how much I paid for those 23 boxes. But at the same time, there's cards in those boxes that I am having so much fun finding that I'm going to grade. And, you know, I don't want somebody else selling them. I want to see if I can get gems out of it. You know, when I open packs, I want to try to get gems. I don't want somebody else sending it off. I don't want somebody else selling it. So, and it seems like there's a lot of 9, 5s, and 9s on there. So, I don't know what's up with that either. But, you know, like I said, if people want to try them, you know, just be careful. I would start small. Personally, I have no interest. I like doing it ourselves. You know, me and my wife enjoy it. It's something. Is it a lot of work? Hell yes, it's a lot of work. But it's something we enjoy. Guns, I've heard different things. I've heard 50-50. I've heard 70-30. I've heard several different splits from several different people. I don't know the true split because once again, that's a thing that's behind closed doors. You know, if I said, hey, I'm interested, I have a bunch of Zions, I'm sure he would work me out a better than 50-50 split. But if I sent him a message and said, hey, I have a bunch of dollar cards I want to send in, if they're willing to take them, I'm probably going to get 50-50. So, you know, I'm not knocking anybody that wants to give them a shot, but Well, Justin, I've had people tell me 70-30. So I'll leave it at that, but yeah, exactly, Josh. You know, it's crazy. So, I again, this is just my opinion. I enjoy collecting. I enjoy sharing it with you guys. You know what? Furthermore, that auction we did last week, I had so much damn fun doing that. I would rather sell my stuff cheaper to you guys than let somebody sell them for me and give me 50%. Now, I gave you guys some really good deals that night. I sold some stuff lower than I should have. But I had fun. And that's what matters. I had fun. And I enjoyed it. You guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. So that made up the cost difference. For what I could have gotten on eBay, having fun made up for that difference. So, but 50%, nah. I ain't doing 50%. Y'all talk about ROI? Holy hell, 50% is killing your ROI. You're probably in the red. If you're buying packs, especially if these people are buying third-party markups and they're grading stuff and then only getting 50%, they're in the red. They gotta be. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure his eBay and PayPal fees are lower than 13%. So let's just say let's say his fees are 10%. Let's say he's getting $6 a card. So on a $100 card, that'd be $16. I don't know, maybe 22%. Maybe. But what? Oh, Giannis has his own collection. Guys, they're probably promo cards. They might have been promotional cards or something. Then again, I mean, you never know. I do know his NT rookie logo man was pulled. Um, yeah. Well, it's a rookie. It's a RC. It's a rookie cup card. I wonder. I wonder what Giannis would give me for these. He probably wouldn't want these, but I don't even know what the pops on those are. I would assume one, but I could be wrong. Well, that ain't it. I'm sure you would, Mr. Jordan. Those have been stashed. Let's see what they are. What's the pop? Wow, guys. Look at that. This is the only one that's even been graded. I guess people aren't sending Giannis in. That's weird. Let's see here. Yeah, I like Giannis. I have a couple others that are just 10s that I might sell, but oh look, the green is a pop one as well. That's probably a pretty one. Damn, the red. It got a pristine. But yeah, Guns, you know, the prices on them cases are crazy, man. Especially since it's like, what does somebody say, 1 in 17 or 1 in 13 cases to even hit a Zion? You figure that up, you're at what? You're at about $500,000 to buy enough cases, unless you beat the odds, to even pull one. And that's just insane to me. My thoughts on Transcendent, Connor? Buy singles. Buy singles, man. You can get singles way cheaper than even attempting. Yep, exactly what Natsman just said. Just buy the card. Don't even try. We have Sotos and Robles from Transcendent. I picked a Robles up, I think, for $18 or something like that. Just buy your favorite players and wait till the product's been out for a little bit as well. The prices will drop. $272,000. Now, I'm going to tell you guys one thing. I think one reason that they do well is because they say there's no grading fees. All you have to do is send them your cards. They do the rest. For a lot of people, that probably sounds like a great deal. But at the end of the day, they may not know much about grading. So that great deal to them isn't as noticeable, you know. But I guess if those using them are happy, that's all that matters. I'm giving my opinion that it's not for me. And I think most opinions are that. But yeah, 8.5s are awesome. I'll tell you, everything on that shelf behind me is 8 or below, except 2 cards, and that's the LeBron and the Shaq. So, and there's a lot of value on that shelf. Now, I want to touch, because, alright, I've talked about InvestiCard. I would want to touch on PWCC and Probstein. I don't know a lot about how much those companies charge people to sell your cards with them. There's a lot of backlash with the PWCC and the trimming, Probstein and shill bidding. I'm going to say if you have a very large card, it's probably worth using a consignor. But that's only to get more marketability out of it. Otherwise, you know, I would just stick with doing it yourself, guys. I just seen Mr. Jordan's question. How many Prism LeBron James 10s do I have? The short answer to that is, I believe 4. Because I sold you one and I sold another one. I might have 5 still. Not 100% sure. Yeah, that kind of stuff, Josh. If you got a big card, man, I'm not opposed to using one of the large companies like that, because they are going to get you a higher dollar. But Mr. Jordan, I believe I've had 6 total 10s. I think that's how many it was. 6 or 7 total 10s on LeBron. Yeah, guys, tomorrow we're gonna do the group preview. We are gonna have. I'm not 100% sure what time we'll do it, because we're gonna do Father's Day dinner tomorrow. But we're gonna do it tomorrow night. So if you guys want to tune in, I'm gonna tell you guys. Some of y'all sent some awesome stuff. Actually, all of you did. But there were some cards, when I opened the boxes, I was like, what the heck? It was stuff I didn't expect. It's definitely a diverse, it's going to be a diverse submission. Like I said, only 2 cards out of everybody's cards are the same. So that's going to make it easier to, decipher whose is whose, because I'm going to split them on the list. But there's some awesome stuff in there. So I hope you guys tune in to see, and wish everybody luck, because I'm praying that, man, if y'all get 10s on this stuff, it's going to be pretty awesome. Mr. Jordan, here's the pop report on LeBron Prism. So there's been 34 tens. So, and I've gotten 6 or 7 of those 34. So that's not too bad. I actually kind of like looking at the pop report sometimes just to see. Um, the main thing I like using it for is seeing how cards grade, like comparing what I'm doing versus what other people are getting back. It helps me determine am I right on par with everything? Am I missing something? Um, is it an easy card to grade? Is it a tough card to grade? That's what I like about the pop report. I'm not worried about it with value and all of that stuff. I like it as a reference so I can look and see how tough a card is grading. Like the Keston Hira and the Vlad and the Bichette and those cards. Um, it's nice to go in and see, okay, if I'm getting back a bunch of 9.5s, is everybody else getting the same thing? Then I know where I'm at, and it helps me kind of determine, okay, maybe I need to not send 10 Keston Heroes in my next order. Um, it gives you a good idea of how cards are graded, especially in this modern stuff, because majority of it should be straight from pack to sleeve. Um, so that's one thing I really like looking at. Like here on, like this Kobe White, you can tell, okay, over 50% of them have gotten a 10. So that tells me the odds of getting a 10 on it are pretty good. Anything over, 50% or above, it's pretty good. Um, Modern or old stuff, Killer Mike? If it's old stuff, centering is tough. It just the machinery was different back in the day. Um, do I expect every card modern to come out centered? No. If we did, then everything would be a 10 and then nothing would have any value. So there would be no purpose in grading. And that's what I always say when people, you know, Panini did have some pretty poor quality this year. But if everything came out and was just perfect, the cards would lose value because there'd be no purpose in grading because everything would get a 10. So I think it's kind of good when you're seeing these 9.5s and even 9s that it makes this grade more relevant. And that's true too, Josh. I mean, I'll be honest. I've only sent three Kobe Whites and 3 Kobe White prisms, and I nitpicked those cards hard and got tens on them. It's the same thing with my LeBrons. That's why I've done so well on him. I didn't send all the ones I've had. I only sent ones that I felt were a 10 or close to a 10. If you got that little borderline, um, if it's borderline and it could possibly 10, but it might 9.5, I'll go ahead and send it. You never know, maybe the grader will see it on the better side. Most of the time, them guys are too damn good, though, and they're like, nope, it's a 9.5. So I know if I'm questioning it a 9.5, then it probably is getting a 9.5. But I still send it because 9.5 is better than a PSA 9 right now, selling wise and everything, so it's still worth some money. I'm going to tell you, if it's a Mahomes rookie mic, go ahead and pick one up. Because if that kid continues having the career that he started out with, that's safe money. If he continues on the path that he's had the past couple years, Mahomes is safe money. So don't even worry about grading it. Just grab one, because if he continues his career like he is, that card will have value, and it's not going to matter. Especially if none of them are centered, then it's one to pick up, definitely. So, you guys asked me about downvotes the other night. What's the over-under on the downvotes on this video? Let's oh, they definitely take into account if things are common, but centering, I don't want to say yes that they would forgive it, but I don't want to say no either. That'll be the poll for tonight. But anyway, guys, look, y'all have asked me to talk about it. I'm giving my opinion. I'm not bashing anybody. I was just being honest of my thoughts. And that's all this was about, guys. Am I a corners or centering guy? If I'm buying a card that's graded and it's older, I am more centering. I'll show you. Like this here. This grade sucks. But this card is beautiful. I mean, it's like perfectly centered almost. So I prefer centering. Now the corners have damage, but it's not horrible. But the centering on it is great. So I think for display purposes, and overall look, centering, like, and I'll show you this one too. This Hank is really, really well centered. Now it has a gum stain on it, but it's well centered. And from a distance, you don't even see the stain. So, and really the corners on this thing are sharp, surprisingly. So, I think for visual purposes, I'd rather have a centered card. As long as the corner's not like missing or anything. But alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off of here. We got work to do tonight so we can get the list made. And we're gonna post. I'm gonna find a way to post and share the list. That way everybody has it to see it for the group submission. Tomorrow night we're gonna do the preview so everybody can see what everybody submitted. And then Monday is the day. They will be heading down south to Boca. And really excited to get them back for you guys. See what everybody got. And get them back to you. Because y'all sent some really awesome stuff, man. I was honestly shocked at some of the packages because I didn't know what people were sending. So it's gonna be fun. I hope we have a fun weekend. It's Father's Day weekend. I know a lot of you guys are fathers. So let's have a fun weekend. It's Dad's weekend. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off so we can get busy on that list. I hope you all have a safe Friday night. I hope everybody again is healthy out there, and we will definitely be on tomorrow to do the preview. So, as always, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and until the next video, I'm out.